Hey, Planeswalkers, Mythras here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Today is the day we are going to hit Mythic. So, almost 6 days in here. Not the fastest that I've done it, but we are going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to play a best of 3 match. So, really looking forward to this, and we'll see how this goes. So, with that said, we will jump into it here, play some standard ranked. So, I'm going to do it via standard this time as well. So, last season, I think I did it from historic. So we're going to do traditional standard rank here. And I'm running a Sultai Control deck. So this is a little bit of a mix-up based off the one that I just did. So you can absolutely go check out that video. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the match first, and then we're going to come back and take a look at the deck and some of the differences that I made. And we'll share that as well. And then we'll close out with the Mythic journey in terms of what it was that I used this season to get me to success. So with that said, let's hop into it here. And as always, I just want to say thank you, Planeswalkers. I appreciate your support. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. If you like the video, please like it. You can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Twitch as well to stay up to date. All right, the Thunder Pig it is. So let's see what we got going on. I'm pretty excited about this. Been running very well, and obviously you guys saw that I was pretty close already. This was a great addition here. I'm actually going to keep this because we're on the draw. We got lots of 2 plays and lots of things that we can use. And then if we do get an Narset on the board, we're going to be looking pretty good. So looks like we have a Sultai as well. So we're going to have to change up our sideboard. We did not. This is not going to be as nice of a keep for us now, unfortunately. We're not going to need that. So here comes Euro. Yeah. Good old Euro. So as long as they're not running the slip right now, there we go. We'll be okay here to start.
Practiced against many foes with thoughtfulness before action.
I'm gonna grab the negate.
We will not fail.
So Nis is gonna be a problem for us. Right now we're also behind. So this is not a strong start. We're gonna be coming and fighting uphill pretty heavily here, I would say. So we just need to figure out how we want to play this. Now we have negate, so we're still okay.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Actually, let's do that first. Now, if we can actually get Doom Whisperer on, we'll be looking pretty good. We're going to cycle for 0. And I'm slightly hesitant of dropping it because they are ahead, but let's try it anyway. There we go. So a lot of the Sultai stuff actually misses Doom Whisperer, which is huge and very helpful for us right now. So the one thing that they'll be able to do is they can bring in a Typhoon Shark. Oh, nice. Casualties of War. Very nice. So let's see what we got here. Do I want Narset? We can try it. Dump that. We'll take an Narset. We don't even have what we need for Nissa, but good to know that they're running Casualties of War.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
So most of our kill spells are going to be pretty worthless early game, so we got to keep that in mind. We'll see if we can get them on. I just want to see if they're running.
There are so many mysteries to uncover. Keep an open mind.
What are we on time here? 27, 28. I'm going to concede because I want to make sure we go into the next one. We'll be on the play. So good news is we know that they're running some pretty powerful stuff. So let's get rid of Aether Gust. How did I do this before? I gotta remember here. I want Negate. I want Whirlwinds. That's gonna drop 2 out. I still like these 2. I might drop one of those guys. Now, this card's great. Also, but we could run an Extinction Event if we wanted. That works against our deck slightly, though. The Eliminate's going to run better than Heartless Act for us, actually. So we don't need that. I'm going to keep Narset's Reversal here because they're running Casualties, so that's a blowout on Casualties. Additionally, it could be a blowout if they're running some of the other stuff. I'm going to keep Extinction Event and Ritual of Soot out because those are primarily, for me, in terms of the aggro decks. I'm also taking Aether Gust out, so even though I'm delaying their play, I prefer a hard counter, particularly against these ones. It works better, I think, against some of the aggro stuff like mono red or mono green, because when they stack, you get a 2-for-1 on green, and for mono red, again, if they're running things like Ember Cleave, it can be a little bit more helpful. So we'll do that. I just don't think there's as much value, but that's just kind of how I play. The Thunder Pig, down 1 off the bat. We will play first. There we go. So we're sitting okay here. Castle Locthwain's a dead card right now, but we're okay because I wanted to get Negate off the bat. So we'll see. Alright, so we will run. I'm actually going to do this. There we go. So we're good. We took a risk, and we got through the risk. And we'll continue to get through the risk here. Hopefully. Now, the question is, what do I want to pull? I think I'm going to grab blue for reversal. We still need a black, though, for Doom Whisperer. And this is exile. Non-creature, non-land. We'll let him look. He's probably going to pull reversal, which is fine. So we need to fill our graveyard enough here to get Euro out. So let's see what they play. I can dump 2 sharks to get Euro here. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to be worth it yet, though. We'll find out. not going to do the double dump here.
I would like to test a new hypothesis with you.
They're going to get Euro. Because it's 5 other cards.
Let me aid your research.
It still would have cost us 2. We would have needed another land, and we didn't hit the land. We maybe would have if we would have cycled 2. Because we would have needed 6. But that would have been a lot for us to get Euro. Good thing we at least have 3 other ones. Yeah, that's... So, my friends, that is exactly what I was waiting for. Because that's what Narset's Reversal's for.
You could use some manners. To the library.
They might not know how that works, which is good. I'll take it. And I'm hoping I can pull it off. Six.
I will not stand for such violence.
They would need to top deck. They would need to top deck it. If I get Typhoon on, we'll be sitting nice. I'm gonna try it. It's a risk. It's a risk that could cost me the game. Because they could have casualties too. If they got casualties, they're gonna hurt me pretty bad. So they got 6. That's thought distortion. There we go. I can look at that. Here we go. Now we'll sit on this. Because denial's 4. I'm gonna let them have that. Problem is, they can do this twice. This is what I wanted. And now we can dig. And we have lethal. So the only way they got that off the board last time was with casualties. We'll still be at 7. And we can drop a big shark next turn, so they can't play Euro. I will take Narset. $22, $24, that was nice. That's fine.
Be focused and disciplined. Meditate and prepare.
And there's game. Boom! We came back. Split it. Split it right up the middle. Alright. We're hanging in there, my friends. So they're still playing the... They're still going to play... blank on the name. Thought Distortion. So we gotta keep... we gotta keep Narset's Reversal. Unfortunately, I wish I had more of those in the sideboard. It is a very specific card to Sultai here. Now, what we ran worked well. We can choose if we maybe want to try something different. I don't think we need to. The only consideration I would maybe make is throwing in that other Eliminate. Again, as we saw, it worked well against the Shark Typhoon, so we didn't have to worry about that, and it will still hit a Narset if we have to go that route. But I think we're okay, so I'm going to probably stick to what we have going on. Ooh. All right, Planeswalkers, here we go. Let's see what we land with. Move that up a little bit. So, no counters. Lots of land. Ramp. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Could be a mistake. Because all they gotta do is hit me with a Thought Erasure, and we're gonna be in a world of hurt. So I'm gonna play this first. Alright, they missed. I'll pay 2. Now I'm doing that for Eliminate. Oh, they missed the land. That is huge. That is huge for us. Alright, so we will do this. We will go 3. Because I need to. Oh, there we go. Let's fill the graveyard. We got 2 blacks. We're good. We'll grab a blue. And we can protect a lot of stuff right now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna save that. And not take the risk here. Got 4 still, so that's perfect. Wow, we are... If I go backwards here, I could cry. Again, we still have 2 counters. So here's what we're going to do. So we can still play them. Set 5, resolve. There we go. We got it. I actually felt slightly bad there, my friends. All right, so 200s? I'm thinking like 200s. I'm around 55+%, I think. No, maybe yeah, higher. So we'll go ahead and take a look here. I'll show you guys my deck as well, and I'll post that here for you as well in the Mythic Journey. All right, let's see what we hit. Wow, 150. Look at that. There we go. So part of that has to deal with, so again, ELO ranking, and that is based off of my, not only the win rate, but percent. So win rate percent. That allows me relative to other players. So whether or not that they sped up the ladder but still had like a 50% win, because my win rate is higher, I'm going to place higher on the ladder than them. So there we have it, Planeswalkers, top 150 already in the season. That is awesome, and we did it with a brew of mine, which I love, and we did it in best of 3, so that's something new for us as well. So I'm very happy to do that. But before we go here, I said we'll check out the deck. So let me do that. We're absolutely gonna go ahead and check out this deck. Let's see what we got going on here. So this was my control deck. So this was the one that we saw the other day. You guys can absolutely go check that one out. But I modified it for things that I felt were going to be more beneficial within what I found to be the meta. So a couple of things. I'm moving my face right there. So what I did that was slightly different, I added another Maze Mind. And you guys know me very, very well. I cut to 25 lands. So the deck runs 28. I like 25, and I'm comparing the other one, so go ahead, you guys can go check that one out. So I'm with 25 lands, and I like that very much. I got 2 Dooms still in here. I went Elder Gargaroth, so this card's great, and works really well and very situational. I wanted to continue to build so that we can do the pay to life and just keep dumping stuff that we do not need. And the other thing here that I did is I talked through the Aether Gust. I know a lot of players love this. I'm like I said, I keep it main board, a couple of them, but again, I dropped one there, and then I added in Heartless Act. And again, this is just off the bat for main board. So then we'll go ahead and take a look at the sideboard here. So sideboard, what I did is I kept 1 Aether Gust. I kept 1 Narset's Reversal, and I'm almost tempted to go 2 Narsets there. As you guys saw, Thought Distortion. I really wanted to show you how that worked. I've yet to get that on camera actually for you, but hey, you know, it happens. I kept another Negate. And then what I did was I kept an Eliminate, so I pulled out the other 2 Heartless. Well, they still have 2 Heartless Acts. So again, we were primarily focused on aggro. We're primarily focused on creature-based decks. Eliminates I kept for the mirror on the Shark Typhoon. I also kept it for Narset and Euro. And then Heartless Act is something, as you guys saw, I pulled some of those out. Now, I added in Whirlwind Denial. So this was the one that I was saying in the other video is very important. So you can play this. It will shut down Hydroid Crisis. It is very, very paramount. in terms of catching your opponents off guard, and they're not going to get their draw and they're not going to get their life with that trigger. And most players will tap out. So this is something that you just need to play as an absolute. Now, the other things I did, I actually pulled out Extinction Event. I think maybe it was main board, and the other one I can't remember, and then Ritual Suit. So these, again, are focused specifically against aggro decks. So what I would do against those aggro decks is I would absolutely drop these 4 here, and then I would consider maybe Thought Erasure. That's kind of a crazy concept, but I would consider it, and I would consider Mystical Dispute potentially as well. And then what you do is you dump these 6 in here. You have all these kill spells, and then once you get to 4, it's game over. They're not gonna go anywhere against you. So that's a big thing to keep in mind, and makes a huge difference for you. All right, Planeswalkers, so that is my take on Sultai Control. Absolutely a beautiful deck here. I hope you guys enjoy it. I will post this. Maze Mine's great. We got a lot of awesome options here, as you can see. And crazy that last game we got flooded. They did not get flooded, and they did not hit their draw, which was perfect for us. Painful for them, and like I said, I probably would have cried if I did not come away with that match. But very happy nonetheless. Always excited when I can hit something like this. Being in the top 150, you know, last season I hit 111, which was a personal best for me. So looking forward to continuing here. It's always great out the gate, and many of you will start to see the secrets now. Some of this Doom Whisperer is a big one, man. Now let's go ahead. I'll show you guys my stats. I'm going to talk a little bit here about my journey, because it's very important here, and I'll tell you, we can take a look at my win rates and all that. So I'm just checking to see if it updated here. It did. So we'll go current season. Here we are. So Planeswalkers, here's what we got going on. You can always feel free to check out my profile if you want on Untap GG. And no, I'm not promoting them. I don't get paid to say any of this stuff, but it's just a tracker app that I use that works really well. And here's how I kind of break it out. So I try to find different spikes in the formats relatively quickly, and this is how I climb really fast. But it does take a lot of tweaking, a lot of understanding of different decks and what works well in meta, which is exactly why I produce these videos and the content for you, is so that you can see a lot of these alternatives. I know our constraints are the crafting, and it's a pain, and it drives me nuts too, but not much we can do on that one. So obviously top 147 there. So here's my win rate. I'm at 57% for the season so far. And with that said, I think I came in a little bit higher last season, and I think I finished around 150. But for some reason, I think I placed, well, maybe I placed pretty high in that one too. But pretty exciting. You guys can always go look at that one. I can't remember. I'd have to go look too myself. So let's take a look at what we got going on here. Lots of mono red stuff, but the real kicker here, you guys, is I had been playing more historic, actually. So the biggest chunks were historic. You guys can go look at the Rumpty deck. I actually thought here was where I was. After this day, I just blew through historic with mono green, and I also did my own take on it, which I prefer. Sorry, Rumpty, I prefer it over my Overhears. But then I ran into some problems. So once I ran into some problems, I needed to reassess, and I went Gobos, and it pains me to say that I went Goblins. And then again, switched up, hit some bad patches, kept going kind of sideways, played some Azorius Control again, and then, my friends, we hit our Sultai deck here for Standard. And a couple things, you know, I had been so focused on historic and doing the video on the Sultai Control, and knowing that that was definitely a top deck. I wanted to do two things. I wanted to get it, like I said, in a best of 3 match, and I wanted to get it and I wanted to get it on a brew and also standard for you this time around, because we did do it in historic. And the other thing that I've been playing a ton in historic, as you guys saw from last season, was a burn deck that I run. But that's pretty much it. So we got a couple of the decks that we showed. I always play some extra games too, just to have some fun and see how they play. Yeah, so there it is. Very happy. two different Sultai Control decks at 100%. Obviously, pretty awesome. We did that in best of 1, and this was best of 3. So very proud of that, and happy. So hopefully you guys can understand, relate, and if you got questions or comments or wondering or need some help or whatever, please ask down below. Always happy. Let's see how far I decayed already. Oh, just one. It said 147 there, so this is 48. So there you go. Planeswalkers, with that said, looking forward to playing in the Mythic qualifier here. Hopefully, I think it's next weekend, so after this Labor Day weekend. We'll see if I can pull that off and get the time, but would love to do it. Nonetheless, we did it in 6 days, 150. I think this was the highest landing spot I had. I'll have to check out the last season again. Planeswalkers, as always, I just want to say thank you. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there, whether this is your first or 100th time. If you like the video, please like it. Additionally, you can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Twitch, stay up to date. And looking forward to bringing you some more awesome content and ranked matches and mythic decks and everyone's favorite top net decks, absolutely, and some of my brews again. So I think you guys have a safe, happy, wonderful weekend, holiday weekend, and those of you around the world as well. Take care, stay safe. I know we're all doing the best that we can, and just want to say thank you as always. So stay true, Planeswalkers, stay safe, Mythras out, enjoy. Looking forward to some awesome mythic matches for you. All right, take care.